Well, hello. It is Monday Workout Madness, and it is period week, and I know I told you that last week, so if you want an actual workout, do last week's workout. I was going to do a video that day, another one for you guys, and then I changed my mind because I wanted to try something a little different, because our mind and spirit are just as important to keep healthy as our physical health, okay? Because they all are one unit. There are three things, but they're one unit, and they're very important. They're just as important as the next, okay? So this exercise that you're gonna do, it's a meditation one. And I actually use this when I'm doing scribble scrying for my tarot channel, when I'm doing tarot reads for scribble scrying. Because I do a couple different things. Sometimes it's just the cards, sometimes it's the clouds, and sometimes we scribble scryer, okay? But we do need to meditate. And I want you to think about a few things and other people while we're meditating, and then I want you to quiet your mind after that. And the people I also want you to include when you're thinking, it's not just the ones that make you happy, but also ones who have probably done you dirty, okay? Because we pray for our enemies as well. And not for their downfall, because we don't want that bad juju coming back to us, okay? That's a very real thing. We want to pray for them just as much as you'd want to pray for your sick neighbor or kid or whatever, you know? So we're gonna do a different kind of workout. It's a brain workout. It's a spirit workout. You ready? You need a piece of paper. I'm doing a regular pencil, and I'm just using these other two colors. And then I'm gonna do a highlighter, because I'm gonna point out pictures in the scribbling that we do, and then we'll receive the messages that we receive. Okay? No, it's not a tarot channel time. However, I might use this over in my tarot read, so if you want to go to that one, I'll use whatever comes out in my paper artwork going on, and I'll translate it, I guess, and maybe pull some cards on it for the tarot channel. But this is for the workout. Just like I said, your brain and your spirit are just as important as your physical health. It's not always just about exercising the body. You need to exercise your mind and your spirit. So let's do this. Okay, first, before we get started, I want you on your knees, and we're gonna stretch out. Okay, this is gonna stretch your upper back, okay? Put your head in between your arms, like you're gonna touch your knees. And really feel it pull down, okay? Now I want this hand to come underneath, and I'm actually gonna grab onto the edge of my bed and pull forward, okay? So I'm gonna just kind of like this, okay? Breathe in, feel it tight, get real tight while you breathe in, and release. Other side, again. Breathe in, hold it, feel the tightness, and breathe out. Do it again. Nice. Stretch out, stretch out. Stretch anything that's tight right now, okay? Oh man, my back was killing me yesterday. If you've seen the documentaries, you've heard about my injuries. I live in constant pain even to this day, and that was 4 years ago. And yesterday, I had to like be a baby on the floor and just lay on my back the whole day, practically, it felt like. It was literally the worst pain. It literally felt like I just went through that accident all over again. Like my neck, I could barely move my head all over. I'm like, oh my God, are you kidding me? It was ridiculous. So, and then, yay, Aunt Flo. That's fun. So, you ready? Let's do the meditation, and then we'll get into the scribble scrying. It'll be fun. Brain. We gotta get that brain health up. You can't be all physical and then have worries and doubts and fears going on in your brain. That's not gonna help your health. You know what that's gonna do? It's gonna add stress. Stress adds more weight from not coming off, okay? And then we're stuck there, and we're angry, And that makes everything worse. And we don't want that. So, you ready? Now, like I said, we do these on Craft Wednesday before we're doing our painting, and we are doing Virginia City. And then over here, we're just going to scribble because it's fun. We have a little more fun in our life, don't we? Now, after we kind of like get rid of our own negative stuff, I want you to keep in mind that when you pray, don't just pray for things. Yes, pray for your protection. Pray for your families. Pray for the things and people that you love. Pray for your animals. Pray for your home. Do all that, but also pray for your enemies. It's super important, okay? Pray in a way that I know they make you angry and you don't want to be praying for a downfall, okay? Because that's literally what they're doing for you. What you're going to do is that whole kill them with kindness type of thing, right? But we're going to let God handle it. And this is how. So you're going to pray for them just like you are for yourself. And saying, I pray for my enemies. I pray that they seek you. I pray that instead of their focus so much on me, I pray that they find you, God, and that you can handle that. Bless them how you see fit. And you literally give it to God. You no longer need to hold that. That's why you have the pain in your back. It's literally being a pain in your back. Okay? And we don't need that. We want that out of here. Right? Right. So, in meditation, if you've watched that Craft Wednesday and you watch how we meditate, I need you back there, okay? What do? We think about still water. What does still water look like? Look, I don't fully, I'm going to say this, I might offend some people, but I don't understand how you don't see pictures. Like, if someone's telling you a story, you don't just like see it like a movie. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I'm going to try to help you tap into making it into a movie in your own mind. Okay? Some people just see words, I guess. I see both. I turn the words into the pictures just because it's funner. Anyway, I need you to imagine still water. Every sound that's playing, whether you can hear my music or you have your own music playing, that's fine. I'm listening to Native American drum beats because I like the beat of the drum. That helps me calm down. When I was going through it with the worst with my recoveries, with the brain injuries and stuff, like the only thing that could calm me down is the beat of the drum. I don't know what it was, but the drum beat, perfect. High-pitched flutes, really hard on my ears. Like, just, it's kind of like nails scratching on the chalkboard, okay? And I'm just like, right? So, pick a music that's good for you. No lyrics. Lyrics are not allowed. They distract our brain. The way my talking right now is distracting you. Okay, so, still water. Dropping a pebble, what does that do? It makes a ripple, right? So every sound you hear gets a pebble of its own and a ripple of its own. And I want you to color it. What color? Change different colors. I don't care. Green, yellows, blues, reds, all the colors. Make them all there. They're all the different sounds. And they're all the different ripples. And I want you to focus on that, okay? Those ripples are going to be our energy points that we're going to shuffle through and transmute and expel from our body. That's what I want you to imagine, okay? Or like these dots right here, these lights, you can imagine them as dots if ripples aren't working for you. Color the dots. All the stuff that is causing you the pain, color them in a certain color so that when we breathe in, we're using our breath like a net to grab them, and when we breathe out, we breathe them out. That is an energy shift. Okay? You with me? Okay. So you can think about whatever pain you have, or you can think about whatever upset you got going on. That's fine too. We're just gonna breathe in, breathe out. Perfect. Now, what I want you to do first, before we start imagining it, is I want to get rid of that energy that you got going on in there, because I can feel that you got a lot of energy. So we're going to do this a couple times. My nose might whistle. Okay? Okay, in Ayurveda, this is ether, which is the realm outside of us, okay? Ether, air, fire, water, earth. I want ether, air, and fire. As we breathe in, we're going to collect and burn out all that negative. Because what happens when you blow on a fire? It ignites more, yes? So I want you to imagine that. With the ripples, with all the stuff, we're going to burn all that out. We're going to gather it, burn it up, and blow it out. You ready? On your knees. Hands on your knees. Ready? Breathe in. Do you see how dramatic my shoulders are getting? I'm going to inflate all of my lung, okay? Dramatic. And when I breathe out, because I'm gathering it all in, we're going to let down. And I want it dramatic, okay? As all that's causing all the squeezing, all that back pain, all the whatever got going on, I want it tight and I want it out. Okay? We got the breathing down. I want you to imagine the ripples with your breath. Ready? Listen to the music. I'm going to turn my knob. If I might have to pause it if it goes to commercial because I'm a cheap ass and I'll do that. I don't pay for that. Breathe in, gather it, breathe out. Again. One more time. Alright, I want you to burn it. Imagine all the flames are burning all that negative energy. Ready? Blow it out. Shake it up. Shake it up. Loosen up your back. There we go. There we go. That's good. Looking good. Alright, now while we're meditating, we're going to get some images going. And then we're going to get our hand. We're just going to scribble. We're just going to scribble, scrabble. Okay? In fact, if you're feeling hot, you know how we just did fire? If you're feeling hot, go to water. And you tell your original Siri, cool down. That's better. I was getting hot, but I'm also on my period. Just sit here with me. Just sit. Just listen to the music. Do you see the ripples yet? Close your eyes. Do you hear the different fluctuations of the flute? Hits high, hits low. All of it's doing, maybe you have a scribble scraggle. Maybe it's just like a wavy line that's happening. That's fine too. Just sit here. We're going to quiet our mind. No more thoughts. No more nothing. Just quiet. Still there? Good. While you're gathering this, I want you to, before we start really imagining things, first I want you to pray. And you can do it inside your head, that's fine. or you can listen to mine. I'll say it out for you. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Please watch over this house, protect it with a ring of fire, your protection and your love. Watch over my family and my children, and keep them safe and protected, and watch over all my loved ones. Keep them safe and protected as well. I pray for my enemies. I pray that they find you. I pray that they seek you instead of seeking me. I pray that you do whatever you can to get them to reach out to you. I give you all the hurt they caused. I give you the pain that they instilled. I give you their harsh words. It no longer gets to live in me. It's yours. You can fight this battle because I give it to you. I rebuke anything that goes against my prayers, my wishes, my dreams, and things you have in store for me and my family. I love you and I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Hallelujah. You see that? You don't even have to give it another thought. It was pretty easy, huh? I know. Do that every time, okay? That you feel in some kind of way, or things are just getting down, or you have people out there that are just like messed up, because sometimes they just are, and just give it to God. You don't have to think about it anymore. Just worry about you and things that you're trying to achieve. Okay. So, let me turn the music back up. What we're going to do with this exercise, okay, is I want you to, I need you to be really safe with this, okay? I don't want your heart to stop on me, but I need you to really slow your heart down. In the slowdown, when there's absolute quietness, you'll feel the difference, okay? Because all of a sudden you're like, whoa, is my heart even beating? I need you really slow, okay? In that space is where we're gonna see what we need to see. Whether it's the ripples that I talked about earlier, we're gonna put colors to the ripples, or maybe you actually get an actual image. If you get an image, write it down or draw it exactly how you see it. You might not get exact, okay? You'll know what it is that you're drawing, and you can explain it. And honestly, I'm excited to hear the feedback. If you have some kind of image that pops up, can you post it down in the comments? Because I am actually genuinely curious on whatever happened, and I want to know about your experience. So share. Okay, this is an open space. This is safe. You're safe here. And I don't actually allow bad comments on my page because we already have enough negativity in the world and we don't need any more. So I don't encourage negativity. It's probably why my channel is actually so low, because people like to feed off of negativity, and I probably would have gotten higher rates if I let the negative comments just soar. But at the time when I created the channel, my heart wouldn't have been able to handle that. So I'm sure it's fine now, but I still just stand by what I say of like, I just wanted to eliminate it completely and not even give anyone a chance to be negative, because why? Why? The world is harsh as it is. Why are we still adding to it? We wanted to change, and it starts with us, yes? Okay, so it's a safe space on my channel, okay? You're not going to get ridiculed. This is not a place for that. And if someone starts to ridicule you and I see it in the comment, trust me, I'm going to come after them. And then so will God, because that's not okay on my channel. Okay, on any of my channels. So, this exercise, it's for our brain and it's for our spirit, because they're just as important. You can't have the vessel that you're working so hard on to make muscles if your spirit and your brain are not in it, okay? It wouldn't exist. You need all three. You're welcome. So, the ripple effect. It's going to do a different music. I hope it's a drum one, because it's easier to imagine the ripples when it does beats. Sweet. Thank you. I got what I asked for. Flute. Gonna have some drums in the back. You can hear some stuff rattling. Everything's different. We got a bunch of different stuff going on. Sweet. So, Here's where we're gonna get our paper out and our pencils or pens. When you're ready, grab it and just start going. If it takes you a minute, that's okay. You can take as long as you need to get the images. Even if it's just ripples that you see, it's okay. Just do that. Your scribbles, it's just gonna keep continuing on this one paper. All the scribbles are gonna mash together, okay? It's important. It's good. Okay. I was gonna say it's probably gonna go into a freaking commercial. Rhythms of remembering. That's fitting right now. Okay. Get your images. Get your ripples going. Listen to the sounds. But remember, we gotta calm our heart. We gotta calm everything. Everything's gotta be. Okay, slowing your heart. Ready? If you breathe in through your nose and the slowest that you can let out your breath, that's how you're gonna calm it. Now breathe out. So slow. Almost like you're trying to hold your breath underwater. When you feel like you're like fighting for air, breathe in again, okay? The second you feel you're ready to draw something, go ahead. Point you down so you can see what I'm drawing, but stay in that with the music, stay in it with your breath of being really slow. Nothing's there. As slow as I'm talking. You notice how the tone of my voice changed? Slow. I'm gonna turn it. drawing whatever we're seeing. So sometimes I see little symbols. We got butterflies, some trees, a pond. Commercial's coming.
With supplies starting
Told
at
you.
just 25 cents, the Walmart app is your new back-to-school BFF. Who knew?
Hey, I said
Notebooks,
pause.
check. Folders, check. Binders, check.
Thank you. Turn that down for a second. Okay. My remote was not wanting to work. Anyways, and then, you know, like a rabbit. Saw a rabbit jumping around. Star, you know. You'll see little images within your head. If you only see dots, just draw dots. That's really okay. I'm going to kind of darken this original piece because everything kind of made it phase out. Good, music's back on. This is called Entered the Sacred Part 2. Within this, let me see. Can you see any kind of pictures coming out within this? Sometimes. Like this right here almost looks like a bird. So I'll color that in. I said almost, okay? If you see, like, here's the tail of it. Here's, like, the head. Here's the beak. Maybe not. Looks like something. It's okay if there's nothing. We're just playing around. This is a different kind of exercise, remember. Can you see any pictures on yours? Highlight them the way that I was highlighting that. I keep looking at these two little things. I can't tell what this is, but like it reminds me of something. What kind of animal would that be? This looks like the letter H right here. Like it's fancy. So I make little notes sometimes, and that you can do that too. This is just an exercise for your brain. This tree almost looks like a person, and they're just like, kind of like they're angry. Like this is an angry person. Like, why is this happening? You know. That could mean that you still have a little bit of anger within you if you're seeing that popping up on yours. Clearly, we see that on mine. I wonder what I'm angry about. Sheesh. I didn't think I was, but I mean, it is Aunt Flo. She's a little cray-cray. So, this looks like a D up here. Like a fancy D going like that. Spirals can be a lot of things, okay? But for some reason, I'm feeling the energy of like a snail. So I'm gonna write that down. So snail. Maybe I just feel like things are moving slow like a snail within my life or something, you know? Like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna come true? But it's like feeling like a snail. So what can we do when we're feeling like a snail? We can distract ourselves with something like this. We can pray about it. We can get into a different kind of project while we're waiting on whatever it is that we're waiting on because it's slow coming. Sometimes things are slow coming, number one, because it was never on your time, it was always on God's time. Number two, things can be slow because within that time, God needed you to be slow so that you can perfect whatever it is that you're perfecting. I needed to hear that today. Because what I'm trying to work on, you guys will see soon, I'm trying to work on something, and it has to do with doTERRA. Because you guys know, I am a doTERRA advocate. I'm actually trading spots with my sister, so I'll be above basically what I am. And she's dropping down to where I'm at, because she wanted to focus more on her photography. But I think that with my snail analogy here, I was more so kind of like ready, so I thought, but then I kept putting it off yesterday and the day before because I was totally working on all these different things that I was going to do for it to kind of up it. And I think I just needed to really hear that it's slowing. It feels slow like a snail because there was something I needed to perfect within it. So remind yourself of that today, okay? If anything, it's okay that you need to be a little slower. It's okay that we take breaks. It's okay that we rest. Give yourself permission to do that, okay? You guys just got a feel of what it feels like to do part of my readings. So if you haven't gone over there, you might want to go over there. It's called God's Daughter Tarot. I'm Janice, God's daughter. I do say it like that to ruffle feathers, but also we are over there claiming to be God's children because we are all God's children. Yeah, just pray for people. You know what? That reminds me. Let's talk about that real quick. Hold on. Sometimes it's even important to pray for a total stranger. And I've had that happen to me before. I've had a total stranger pray for me. And it was back in the time when Levi was just starting kindergarten. He's 12 now, guys. But it was so scary for me to have him go to school because of his condition, and I had to teach, the teachers in the school, like, hey, this is his condition, this is the hydrocephalus, this is the shot malfunctions that you gotta look out for, this is the seizure stuff that you gotta look out for. I gotta come here and give a medicine at a certain time because they weren't allowed to administer medicine, so I had to come and interrupt class. And they were pretty cool about it and everything, but I was so freaking worried. I couldn't sleep for like 3 days in a row worrying about this stuff, and I just kept praying to God and stuff. And God will show you things even through a stranger, complete stranger, okay? We were just coming out of the gym. I had all three of my older kids with me. So it was my other two kids and then my other two older girls and then Levi. And I guess the girls knew the lady's daughter. I never met her before. I didn't know her in my life, right? So we're leaving as they're checking in. And she comes running out because I had just put Levi's shoes on, and now you can see him walking. And he has cerebral palsy in his legs, so he walks different. So she comes rushing out, just runs down, kind of chases me down. We're no longer on the sidewalk anymore. We're in the parking lot where all the cars are, and she stops us right there. She's like, "Hi, I know you don't know me, but I just felt really pulled, like God was telling me to come talk to you, and he just wanted you to know that you're doing such a good job, you're a really good mom, and that he sees you." And I was like, "Okay, well, thank you." She's like, "I just feel really pulled that I need to tell you a prayer." You guys, if anybody ever tries to give you a prayer, don't stop them from their prayer. Like, I know there's a lot of woo-woo, witchy-woo stuff that be careful of letting people say whatever they say. Just know that you're always protected by God, and if you know that you're always protected, God's not going to let some prayer mess with you. Okay, first and foremost. Okay, so if God ushered someone to give you a prayer, let them. And I was about to stop her in this prayer because my own ego, when I heard the word normal. So she was praying for my son. She was like, and she got to the point where she's like, and we pray that you can make him normal and help him to walk normal. Okay. And I was gonna stop her, and God stopped me. He goes, stop right now. Do not interrupt. It doesn't even matter what she's saying to you. She's here because I told her to. This is a sign to you that I'm watching you always. Therefore, I'm watching your children always, too. That is how awesome prayer is and can be. And always pray for strangers. Always pray for your enemy. Always pray for your family. Always pray for yourself. Always pray. Just always pray. When something's wrong, pray. When something's good, pray with gratitude and be grateful and say it anyways. You feel pulled to it, do it. God is real. God is amazing. I have met him way too many times to deny his existence. Just trust me, okay? You can go back and hear my documentaries if you'd like. They're still there. I will never take them down. And, you know, like, most people would be like, well, why'd you do that? Well, it wasn't about anything with anger. It's just I needed to get it out there, and it's for another reason. And I explain those reasons. But anyways, prayer is good. Now, the reason also I'm bringing that up is my boyfriend was telling me how this lady, as they're getting off of work, because sometimes they car share to wherever they're going, and this lady who's pregnant happened to be there as well, and she was having some complications. He said that she looks okay, but she definitely needed some help. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'll pray for her. I don't know her. I don't know the situation, but that's not going to stop me from praying for her. So even if it's a stranger, why would I stop? Why would I not pray for my enemies? Just because they did you wrong or me wrong doesn't mean that they're not still human. They're not still a spirit having a human experience, and they're not still in need of help themselves. And even if you can't physically help them, God can. And it can take a prayer from a perfect stranger. Okay? And I don't mean perfect like they're perfect people. No, I mean it can take an actual stranger to pray for someone and have it come true. You know? So, don't forget the power of prayer and how amazing it is and can be for you and for a stranger. So, if anything today, you pray, you learned how to meditate, and it's just something different. We shook it up a little bit today. And yeah, so I'm going to leave you with that. Come and paint with us over on Craft Wednesday. I promise it'll be there today. I know it's still period week, but I'm still going to do that. I know I didn't do it last week. I just got really busy. And then sometimes I go through discouragement too, you guys. Like, sometimes I'm like, what are they really watching? And it's not like you're not. It does help when you subscribe because it's free for you. And it gets it out to other people that might really need to hear that today, or yesterday, or tomorrow, or in a year, maybe someone needs to hear it, you know? So, yeah. Anyways, you guys, thank you for being here. I love you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Peace.